to Ultimate Wolves FC. Now this is my match reaction to Brighton versus Wolves. Wow, what an interesting game it was. I got to say, it was quite disappointing on the whole, but I'm glad and happy for Diogo Jota to get those 2 goals. I think they were pretty good goals as well. But then, of course, as soon as we scored 1 goal, Brighton had to come back and score another goal from Mupe, I think it was. And then, literally a minute later, I think, Proper came and scored another goal. So it was really quite an interesting, very exciting first half, quite tense at times. But it seemed at the beginning of the first half we had quite a bit of dominant possession with the ball. But then towards the end of the first half, it wasn't really going our way, I don't think. I think Brighton were so fantastic this game. I hate to say it, but I think they deserved to win. I mean, we had a few chances here and there, but Brighton were just so quick on the ball. Our defence wasn't the greatest. Brighton had, I think, nearly 70% possession, I think, from looking at the stats, and Wolves were just sort of, I think, about nearly 40% possession. So you can see the difference in the quality of play in that game. And I think Brighton was so fantastic. I'm quite sad that they didn't win, really, because they haven't. I think since their I think it's been about 21 games where they haven't won at home. I think I was watching it and I saw a few stats, and I think that was one of them. And I still feel bad for Brighton because they played so fantastically. There was a time, there was a bit when I think Ruben Neves was about to strike because he was running at the goalkeeper with the ball, but I think the goalie just got there just in time. I think Rui Patricio made quite a few good saves. He was probably, I might say, my man of the match. It might be Diogo Jota. And I think when Pedro Neto and Patrick Cutrone on, they made a bit of a difference, but I think there were still a couple of chances we could have had. But it was a very bizarre game. I wasn't expecting it to be 2-2 for the first half. I don't think anybody was expecting that, to be honest. And of course, I think Brighton are slowly improving with Graham Potter. I think he's proven to be a pretty decent manager. But I think Wolves, the second half was quite a frustrating watch because it was just there were a couple of times where we were giving the ball away. I think Johnny gave the ball away at some point. I think he was trying to pass it to Jota, but unfortunately it didn't quite get there. And it was unfortunate, really, because I think Adama Traore, who I've mentioned in my previous video, I think he had a good game. I was quite impressed with him, and I think he gives 100% every single game, and Neves does as well. But I think our defence at times, I'm not going to say it was poor all game, but I don't know if you can hear that. I think it's the rain in this room coming down on the ceiling. But hopefully we won't be able to pick that up. But I think Neves was pretty good. I was going to say our defence overall wasn't the greatest. I mean, our defence when we played West Ham was fantastic, but I think that was West Ham just not having the greatest game. Well, not having the greatest day ever, to put it bluntly. But I think Brighton, as I said, were brilliant, and I'm quite sad that they didn't get a third goal in. I think they could have easily had a couple more in, just because of our poor decision making at times. But we got 1 point, and Brighton have got a point. So I think if we had a won today, we would have got back in 5th. But unfortunately, we're still unbeaten in the Premier League, though, which is the positive to take away from this game. 11 games unbeaten in the Premier League, which is incredible, really. Which under Nuno, Nuno is such a fantastic manager. No wonder Arsenal were interested in him, even if that rumour is true. I don't know, but it just shows how good of a manager he is, and I hope he stays with us for a long period of time and his contract gets extended, because it just shows how much of how much care he gives to our players. And Adama Traore, for instance, you can see how much he's improved. Nearly coughed a bit there, but. Overall, not the greatest game. Like I said, exciting first half, but really the second half was quite frustrating to watch. It was, like I said, I feel bad for Brighton because I think really they deserve to win. But we had a couple of chances here and there. But it is what it is. We've got Besiktas on Thursday, so I look forward to that. So I think that pretty much concludes this sort of match reaction. Not the greatest game we've ever had, but I'm glad we didn't lose. We've still got 1 point in the bag. So, thank you very much for watching. Tell me what you think of Brighton versus Wolves, and I shall see you for the next video. So, goodbye.